Hi ho folks, it's taste test time.
All right, so tonight we have some kind of odds and ends that we've been collecting over the months and haven't been getting around to many taste tests. So Craig's a little amped up because we switched rooms because the sun was going to be in our eyes. So he's a little bit on edge. We do have one thing from Mexico. It's the mole cola.
Mole cola.
Never tasted this. I'm interested to. We have some teriyaki chicken crackers. All right. We're off to a rough start. Had some technical difficulties. Craig's kind of getting through that right now. But tonight we're just doing kind of a random taste test. Okay. Are you okay? Should we count to 10?
No.
Okay. Okay. We have some chips that we have picked up at the Asian grocery store. Kind of been picking them up over the last few months and now just getting around to having the taste test. We do have one item from Mexico, some mole cola I've been anxious to try. Craig, should we stop?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, do you want to stop for a little
hate
bit?
Hi folks, it's taste test time.
And today we have some snacks from the Asian grocery store. We have some teriyaki chicken crackers. I think this is prick pow cheese flavor. These look like they're mushroom flavor. These are some pretzels. They're wheat crackers, it says. I can't read anything else on there, so we will find out.
But you're gonna take pictures of all these.
I already did. And these are truffle chips. We also have some little cakes. One looks like it's apple, and one it's peach. And we have one thing that's actually from the Mexican grocery store, and this is the mole cola. I've been anxious to try this one. So what should we do first, Craig?
Try the cola.
Try the cola? Okay. Craig, what did you and Stephanie do today?
Went to the burger shop.
Did you do anything else?
We went to Target and Marshall's.
What was the best part of your day?
I got more new shampoo and Harry's.
Yeah,
that's always
Harry's
a good thing.
shampoo and body wash. How was the burger?
Delicious.
What kind did you have?
The barbecue bacon cheddar burger.
Now you went to the burger shop,
It's called the Burger Shop.
not the burger shed.
No, it's called the Burger Shop. It's way out there in West Des Moines. All right, should we taste it?
Yep.
Cheers. What should we cheers?
For Wisconsin.
Okay, cheers to Wisconsin. What do you think?
Delicious. Tastes like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it just tastes like cola.
Yeah, not a very good one.
I'm gonna move this
Honestly.
a little bit.
I know I have a miserable time.
It's okay. We're all over it, Craig. Okay. All right. Now, what should we try next? These little pretzel. It looks like pretzels to me. They certainly look like pretzels.
Thank you, sir. Whoa.
Not what I expected. What does it taste like, Craig?
Maple syrup.
Or
They're
honey?
sweet. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I thought they were going to be barbecue for some reason. Not bad. Okay. What's next?
Truffle chips.
The truffle chips. Okay. If I remember right, these chips open better if you open them from the side. Take some.
Yeah.
What do you think, Craig?
Hey, whoa.
It's like truffles.
They do taste like truffle oil. I like it. There's Brother Bennett. Is he joining the taste test?
He's running away.
I'll try whatever the next round is. What's happening?
You don't want to try the truffle chips? Okay, Craig, pick another one. You probably sit over there by Dad. Still get in, I think. This time we're trying what appears to be mushroom chips.
Truffle chip?
Oh, sure.
Are you in? There we go. You gotta be a close-knit family. Right, Craig?
Okay.
Do you like truffle? I don't really care that much for
You know what?
truffle.
Actually, I think I've had those before because I remember my coworker Lucas, he brought some into work one day and had me try some. And I'm remembering them not by the taste, but by the fact when the bag is open, it emits like a smell. Like you can smell the bag from a distance away. It's not bad, but you don't usually smell a bag of chips, you know?
I actually really... What do you think about the mushroom ones, Craig?
Tastes good.
Yeah, I like those.
I could eat those actually.
They almost have like a buttery flavor, I thought. I liked them. I like the truffle ones too.
I'd have to get used to them.
I'm going to turn this just a little bit. See if I can get Bennett a little better. Yeah, I'm okay. All right. What's next, Craig?
We must be going all savory.
These, we'll do these at the end. These are the Prick Pow cheese flavor. These chips are bigger.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Hope you like it enough to eat that many.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he's eating still.
What do you think they taste like, Craig?
Jeez.
Yeah. They're pleasant. They're
You
a
get
little bit spicy.
I'm thinking it's supposed to taste a little bit like a chili oil / jam almost. Judging by the picture here, and like it kind of does taste a little like a chili crisp chili.
Yeah,
oil.
I get just a little bit of heat after after you've ate it for just a little bit. Yeah, and they showed it looks like Thai dragon peppers on the front. Always kind of a good sign it's going to be a little bit spicy.
I mean, 3 for 3. I think they've been good so far. These are the teriyaki chicken flavored crackers. These almost look like maybe rice crackers.
Uh-oh, rice crackers. Craig,
Sorry.
He keeps trying to get into the bag after we're done, so now he's going to take a bunch.
What do you think, Craig?
Tastes like chicken.
I like them.
I like these.
It's a nice,
Very light.
light.
Yeah.
But a lot of flavor. Which one's your favorite chip so far, Craig?
The truffles one? Because you save them in the bowl.
Yeah. I think the last ones were my favorite. The teriyaki chicken. What's your favorite, Joe?
Mine? Probably that last one. It
chip.
looked like it had the chili peppers on it.
How about you, Bennett?
I think flavor-wise, my favorite was
That's mine.
probably also
Sorry.
the
You
the
can have
chili ones. But I think I could probably eat more of the teriyaki chicken.
See, I don't know. I think it was a little textured burst on that.
Yeah.
That's a weird
You know
foamy
what?
texture for a chicken flavor for me.
Yeah.
Not gonna.
Next, we're going to try these apple.
Although I like chicken and a biscuits.
It feels like a cake, actually. I've had these for a while, but they still feel moist. A little dry.
Yeah, they don't feel moist to me.
All right.
They taste good though.
It's lemony.
Mm-hmm.
Very lemony.
It has an apple on it, but you're right. It tastes
Apple.
funny. What do you think, Craig?
That's good.
Those are just okay.
It'd probably be better if we ate them a few months ago when I got them. The next one is peach. It says on the, it has a peach on the wrapper anyway.
I hope it also tastes like it.
He usually lets out sneezes. Sim.
Not a whole lot of cream on mine, but kind of tastes more like strawberry than peach to me. But
I taste
That's what I thought.
peach. What do you taste, Craig?
Peaches.
Not bad.
Yeah, I can't get past the dry. I wouldn't give an opinion unless they were fresh.
I need a drink after this.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely my fault because I keep forgetting to get these out. But I thought everything tasted good though. Craig,
No, not too bad.
do you have any new jokes for us?
No.
That's a good one.
Funny.
What?
Tell me a fuzzy bear joke.
You mean Fozzie Bear?
Fuzzy bear, yeah. Well, he's got a fuzzy too.
Oh,
Do you know any of his jokes?
what is it?
No, you tell me one of his jokes.
Good grief, the comedian's a bear. No, he's not. He's wearing a necktie.
Yeah, that's
Necktie.
right. Well, Craig, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Wisconsin.
Okay. What do you want to tell everyone about Wisconsin?
We're going to the House on the Rock,
Mm-hmm.
the Circus Museum. Is there a real circus?
And
They're supposed to
Should
have a
be.
little circus. Mm-hmm.
hopefully we hit it right to where
And there was an elephant. I can't remember what I do remember there was an elephant because I was excited about that. So we're going to stay at the Ringling Brothers Bed and Breakfast in Baraboo or Baraboo.
either way it's fun to say.
Yeah. I think it's probably Baraboo by how it's spelled.
Isn't that how it is?
for some reason-
Baraboo.
And the farmer's market.
Yes, and then we will be stopping at, I can't even think of the name, Dubuque on the way home.
The Butte.
Hmm. And that will be our next trip. And what is our trip after that?
The Omaha Zoo.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Just you and me and Mom.
Yeah, just me, you, and Dad, I think, so far.
Mm-hmm.
Go see Chuck Jones exhibit.
Yeah, the Chuck Jones exhibit.
Mhm. Yeah, at the Durham Museum. They have an animation exhibit going on at that time.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of different stuff, but
Mhm.
Chuck Jones would be the one Craig's gonna really like.
I know we've talked about this before, but this is
Yeah.
Craig's favorite subject right now. So.
Yeah, well, his favorite subject is
Or
always
think of
going on vacation.
Yes, he's always wants to be planning a vacation.
ahead.
It's kind of like when we're planning out our vacation for Florida in 2028.
I think my favorite subject
Right,
is
Craig?
that Diet Pepsi
Right.
in the fridge right now.
I just said 2028.
2026, you buffoon.
Joe keeps teasing Craig, telling him we're not going until 2028.
And that concludes Taste.
I
He's
knew he
at
was
it.
going to wrap this
He's
up.
at it.
Okay,
Wrapping it
buddy,
up.
you can go.
Could
Bennett
you put
left
some
even though I didn't
truffle
excuse
chips
him.
in a
Whoa.
truffle chips in the bowl?
Okay. Just thought I'd touch base with everyone on what we've been doing. I feel like I've been going to a lot of appointments, and hopefully after this week, I get my epidural on Friday. Hopefully I'll have less. No. I get my epidural on Tuesday, and then on Friday I go to the doctor in Knoxville for an injection in my hip.
You get your epidural on this Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Same day as my doctor's appointment. What time's your thing?
At 12:30. Wait, let's look at the calendar and see. Just thought I'd touch base with everyone on what we've been doing. I feel like I've been going to a lot of appointments, and hopefully after this week, I get my epidural on Friday. Hopefully I'll have less. No. I get my epidural on Tuesday, and then on Friday I go to the doctor in Knoxville for an injection in my hip.
You get your epidural on this Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Same day as my doctor's appointment. What time's your thing?
At 12:30. Wait, let's look at the calendar. Had to go check the calendar. I was a little worried there for a minute that I double booked, but actually my epidural will be next Tuesday, the 22nd. Well, that means I can No, I can't take Craig to volunteer. Okay, and Joe has his doctor appointment this week on Tuesday, and then on Friday I'm going to get an injection in my hip. My hip has been bothering me, which it has bothered me off and on for since we moved to Des Moines. That's when it first flared up, and so every 3 to 6 months I usually get an injection in my hip, and then I'm good as new. Hopefully it keeps working that way.
Des Moines put a catch in your get along.
Yeah.
Remember that old phrase, anybody? A catch in your get along?
I never heard of it till your mom or dad said that.
I think
that
it was my mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe that's kind of a, like palate type thing. Sounds Dutch to me.
My mom had a whole lot of other sayings, but I don't remember her saying that one. So that's taken up a lot of my time, is just going to appointments.
Nancy's deciding to be a professional patient.
I think so. No, I'm hoping to be done after next week for a while. I'm hoping to get everything to where I'm feeling good. Joe has been completed our sunroom. We even have a new light up in there. I've got my closet cleaned out and organized. I have a few finishing touches, but I'm pretty much there. I'm really excited about that. It has made things so much easier for me. I don't have to reach clear up to get my clothes. I moved them to a lower bar. I think it's just going to be easier to maintain. I know that's a really exciting subject, but it's exciting to me.
Closet organization. Actually, I like organization.
Yeah, I know.
I always have.
My next thing I need to tackle is the pantry and then the playroom. Those are both other areas of our house that need big reorganization. So that'll be coming up. But this week, I'm going to take some time off the reorganization because of how messed up our schedule is going to be because of Joe's appointments and my appointments.
My appointment.
Your appointment. But then I still have more appointments, which will prevent Craig and I. Well, your appointment this week prevents Craig and I from volunteering because Joe usually is here for when the girls get out of preschool, and he won't be. So Craig and I need to be here.
I can almost be here. My appointment's at like 9:20.
Yeah. It's just hard to...
Yeah. It's one day.
Yeah, it's one day. Well, then the next week, we can't volunteer because that's the day I have my epidural. So we're going to miss 2 weeks of volunteering, but then we'll be back. But that just means that I need to use my other days to do something with Craig. So tomorrow, Craig and I will be going out and doing something. I haven't quite figured out what we're going to do yet. I can't think of it. What else is new with us? I'm drawing a complete blank. Babysitting. Or watching the grandkids a lot, of course, just like we always do.
Yep, spring started. I mowed for the first time the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty long. Plus, I had my mower. I don't know if anybody else does that in the real late fall. I set my mower down like one more notch, and I'll mow my whole yard because then that helps the leaves blow out of your yard, and hopefully down the street into wherever. Just like all the leaves blow into your yard from someplace else. It's just kind of the wind
circle of
the wind payback, for everybody. But anyway, I forgot to reset it up, so I cut it pretty short. It's okay, but just kind of a pain. I had to bag it then because it was starting to, the mulcher wouldn't work on it, so I had to bag everything, chuck it into the forest.
Definitely starting to get ready for planting flowers and
I took all my
fun stuff outside.
Yeah, I got all my planter boxes. I got them all spun up, right side up, and see how they were. They all seem like they made it through the winter fine. So we got to figure out what kind of vegetables, if any, we're going to put in this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did a couple of. Oh, well, you probably filmed some of that. I had just like 2 tomato plants, and
Right.
they've
Oh,
got
yeah.
humongous. We had a lot of tomatoes.
If you follow us regularly, you
Yeah.
saw it last year.
Yeah.
Tomatoes were huge, and
Yeah.
we had way more than we could use, but we were able to
Yeah.
give some away. I
And
froze some tomatoes.
Yeah, and my potato experiment with the bags, I came to the conclusion I didn't have enough space in the bags for what I was trying to do, and that the bags were, because I had them on concrete, they were leaching the moisture out faster than I thought they were. So if I do it again this year, I'll go to where it almost looks like I'm over watering them to make sure I have enough water in there for them. And because the potatoes I got were fabulous, they tasted really good. I probably try to get like what's the yellow ones that we really liked?
Something gold.
You
mean the
Yukon
Yukon
Golds?
Gold,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yukon Golds. I'll probably plant them instead of like, I think I put in Kennebec, I think is what it's called. And that was like for more like new red potatoes with like bacon and peas or something like that.
Or we'll just go to the farmer's market and buy some.
Yeah.
It's always fun to grow stuff,
Yeah.
though.
Yep. Thinking
just
about
fun.
putting in another tree out in the front yard. And then I would have to do some landscaping around that. Be nice. Haley's here. She could help maybe with that.
Haley's a master gardener.
Yep. She's got her master gardener degree or certificate.
Certification, I think
Yeah.
that's what they call it.
Yeah. So.
She loves plants and gardening. I'm looking forward to all the stuff that comes with Summer Adventureland and the Iowa State Fair and going on some road trips.
I always associate the Iowa State Fair with the end of summer.
Well, it is kind of, but it's...
I don't think of it as summer. Adventureland for sure, and the zoo.
And the
Stuff
zoo.
like that.
Yeah. Yes, it's always fun to take the grandkids to the zoo at least once a year.
I'm getting ready to. Well, I got to go get some wood, but I'm gonna try doing some dry pour concrete work. If you haven't ever heard of that, you can pour a concrete slab, and you don't have to mix it with water first. You just do a real gentle like misting, and then you get up to where you put more water on it and everything, and the water just leaches down in slowly. It's kind of an abstract idea, but if you ever wanted to look at it, besides whatever we end up showing you, there's a channel called Cajun Country Living. It's a couple that they live down in Louisiana, and they do a lot of that dry pour stuff, and they've got it down to a science, and that's who I learned it from, and I'm going to try to emulate exactly how they do it. So, and I'm not going to pour very big pieces, so I think it's going to work really good for me. And you don't have to try to throw those 40, 60 pound bags of concrete into a mixer. I've got a portable mixer, but I just don't want to do that anymore. This, I can just put the bags down, cut them, and then you just smooth it all off, sift it, you finish it just like you do and screed it and everything, just like if it was wet, and then you just lightly put that mist on it and get it up to where it's just a little bit of a shower, and gotta do that a bunch. So we'll let you know how it works.
Joe's very excited about working with concrete.
Yeah, I never minded any of that stuff.
I'm
a lot weaker than I used to be, so I have to find other ways of doing stuff. So.
Yeah, and I'm no help. Craig's been doing well. He didn't have a meltdown. Well, kind of.
He did.
Yeah, kind of.
He was very upset.
One thing after another. First we were in that room, and I'm like, I think we better come in here because the sun was getting lower, and it was going to be right in our eyes. So we moved in here, and he was already upset about that, and then I was just going to film this on my phone, and then my phone said it had low disk space, so I couldn't film on it. So
that was it.
And that was one too many changes or things not going as planned. So he did have a little bit of a meltdown there. Meltdowns are always easier when they're at home.
Oh yeah, that's why I said let's just let him have it. And he sang the blues. And
he went through all the things. He howled and did.
He does that thing where he beats on his head with his knuckles. Seems like, man, that would hurt, but it doesn't hurt him a bit.
He I've told you, he wants to talk about vacation nonstop. I mean, he'll come into the room 100 times a day and ask me the same questions about vacation.
Well,
I-
different,
it-
even different things, but it's always about
Yeah, but
what. So we're gonna eat breakfast at
Yeah.
Epic Universe, right? Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna eat it. Of course, it's a day.
and I
We'll
think
eat
he's
breakfast.
just wanting to have a conversation about it. But those are the only things he can think of to
Mhm.
say.
Yeah.
I
It's
try-
unknown for him, which
Mhm.
is great for an autistic kid to like the unknown, and he
Mhm.
does.
And I've showed him a couple of videos to watch about the food at Epic Universe. He really likes watching the videos about the theme parks. So he's getting really excited about that. He's really excited about Wisconsin, but he doesn't know anything about Wisconsin. So the only thing he knows is what we've told him.
Cheese curds. He knows about
Yes.
cheese curds.
We're going to eat some cheese curds.
He asked like every restaurant we said, will they have cheese curds?
So we'll be trying lots of cheese curds, whatever we can find. So, yeah, that's his main thing he talks about. Really, Wisconsin is cheese curds because that's the only thing he knows about Wisconsin. We need to get our book back out about the states and read up on Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, you've had some comments that you stopped that series.
I know. I don't mean to. It's
you
just
didn't get to everybody's state.
yes. I really want to. It's just things got hectic and crazy, and I'm still trying to get out some shorts, but not as much as I would like to.
Well, I mean, like today it was almost 80, so it's getting more shorts weather. So sorry, I asked Craig for a joke.
I was going to tell you about. Well, you've noticed I haven't been putting any birds at the end, mainly because it's been so windy. It's impossible to film outside. Today was the first day that I can remember that it's nice out and it wasn't super windy.
Well, and we've had for the last week or so, we've had contractors
Yeah,
in the
that
field
too.
next to us working on one of the cell towers,
Mhm.
and of course they got the big boom crane. So if you know anything about contracting, anytime any of that stuff moves, even if they like move the arm, beep beep beep,
Yeah.
and so you'd have that on sound. Plus those guys, it sets the birds on edge. They're not used to having something that high up above them, so they haven't been coming around as much.
We've been having a really huge mama squirrel coming though. Joe had told me about it and I hadn't seen it until
Yeah,
yesterday, I think it was. You can tell she has babies.
yeah. She sets in when she's eating like crazy, and then you can see that she breaks a few peanuts up and she stuffs them in both sides. And then when she goes to leave, she puts two big old peanuts in the shell
So funny.
in her mouth, and then takes off with them.
Yeah, she has them sticking out like.
Yeah, kind of like Chip and Dale.
It's so
type
cute.
thing.
If I can ever get it on film, I will. But
Yeah.
you
The
have to
bad thing
catch
is
it
you'll
just
scare-
right.
and you'll
Yeah,
scare her.
yeah. But
You
it's so adorable. I'd
I
love
know.
to see those baby squirrels.
Yeah, squirrels are a nuisance and feeders. I mean, if you can't keep them out, for some reason ours, they just have a natural. I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for. Cohesiveness with the rest of the birds and
And they
everything.
haven't torn
They
anything
don't.
up.
They don't tear any of my stuff up. They don't stay very long.
Yeah, they don't.
And then they leave. They don't just eat the entire feeders out and everything. So,
They know there'll be more.
but yeah, I wish we could get some good footage. It's hard. You know how your eyes and your mind are like they're like binoculars, autofocus binoculars. How you can look here and it's almost like you zoom in on stuff. I'd love to get a video of the red-headed woodpeckers when they come in the morning. How fast they come in like little fighter jets, and they're all at the same time. I think I've counted. I'm pretty sure I got 6 of them, and they just bang back and forth off the feeders, grabbing peanuts and taking back off with them. I know they're taking them wherever they live, and they're storing them over there. They're not living around me, so because I can't. I'll just see them fly through the woods until I can't see them anymore. So. But yeah, it's just comical. It gives me a lot of joy to watch those guys in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid of the squirrel. They'll come zooming right in and
Oh, yeah.
scare him. They've scared him out of the feeder before.
I think with that, we will say goodbye so I can get this video edited. But I did want to just touch base with you guys. The Craig and Steph Day video I know is very short. It's just hard for Stephanie to make a video like I do where she can stretch it out longer and film more things. But she got some stuff in there for you guys. Stay tuned. It will be right after this video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Peace.
Here's Livy. Oh, and Josie. Look at all those dolls.
Man, you guys are packed up. Good, get back. Bernie?
Here's Colby. Hi, Colby. Hi, buddy. Let me see these shades. My goodness.
Pokemon.
Oh.
Come on. Hey, grab all your in. Pick them up. Pick them up. Hey.
I live here. You joke. Kobe.
No. Come here. Go put your
Okay.
dolls where they're supposed to be first. Come on.
Don't smack him.
Yeah, you always smack grandma.
And some other places, but I don't want to say it in front of you.
Where are you going, Craig?
It's just going to be us, okay?
Yeah.
Craig, where are you
Burger
going?
shop.
Burger shop.
Yeah. Did I get the bacon
Are you guys
cheeseburger?
going to Craig and Steph Day?
Yeah, but we're going to get burgers again.
Now let's see this little boy kicking his feet. Hi, buddy. Hi, bud.
You okay, Josie?
Craig and Steph Day! Yip, yip, yippee!
We're going to go to first get some socks from Dick's Sporting Goods for Livy. Then where are we going to eat?
The burger shop.
And then we're going to go to Target. Well, first we'll get some ice cream. And then Target and maybe Marshall's.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. I don't have to eat the jalapeno cheese curds. They're too spicy.
You've never had them. They might not be that spicy.
What?
They might not be that spicy.
Wait, you getting it? You're getting it?
No, I didn't get any. Maybe
Oh.
next time we will. I'll get it and you can try it. Sound good? What'd you get?
A barbecue bacon cheeseburger with a side of onion rings.
Hold the...
Rabbit food.
Yeah.
Oh. Must be. Tried it in Toadstool Cafe. The
Where's that?
Mario Burger.
Where's that at?
Epic Universe.
Is there anything special about it? Or is it just a normal burger?
I'll just hold the mushrooms.
What else?
There's the Mario topper for a souvenir.
Oh. What's it like?
It's like a spinning toy thing.
Oh. That'd be cool. What else are you going to eat in Epic Universe?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Where at?
And How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, we've
And
been
the
watching
key-
those movies.
And the quiche at Harry Potter.
Ooh.
And the blood chicken sandwich at Monsters.
You better bring your appetite. Right. The food has arrived. How's it look, Craig?
Looking good.
Mmm. I have a joke for you. What do you call a snake wearing a hard hat?
What?
A boa constrictor.
Boa constructor.
Was it really funny, or were you just being nice?
Funny.
Craig, who was your favorite Blue's Clues host?
Steve.
I like Joe. I feel like everybody didn't pick Joe for favorite, but I like Joe. He just had too high of expectations after Steve. Okay. This joke is from Deborah. I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
What happens when you get a duck instead of a rooster?
What?
You get up at the quack of dawn.
Quack of dawn. I love it.
That was so loud it echoed through the entire burger shop. Well, it looks like your food was good. My food was good too. I just get sick halfway through my food lately. So I'll take it home and Dusty will probably finish it. right? He's good at eating my leftovers. But I'm not sick for ice cream. I can still eat some ice cream.
Yeah.
Different stomach. That one's not upset. Do you like my tots? You like my tots? Dipped in ranch? Yeah, they're good. Do you want to see the Minecraft movie?
Nope.
Why not?
Well, sort of.
Maybe when it comes to Netflix. Or do you want to go see it in theater?
Come to Netflix.
Yeah, it's just not for you. Hey Craig, how was your experience with Burger Shop?
Burger Shop is the best place to be. The barbecue bacon cheeseburger's delicious. The waitress is nice. Give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars. The Craigie Favreau silver approval.
Yeah, it was delicious. All right, let's go get some ice cream and do some shopping. Got your ice cream. Just stopped at McDonald's since most of the ice cream shops aren't open yet.
Yeah.
So it's only 11:30 because we're quick eaters. And I got a chocolate shake. Should we go do some shopping? Okay, let's go. Back to the south side.
Yep.
Where we belong. Which animal on that book is the best, Craig? Craig, which animal's your favorite on that book? The turkey's your favorite? Interesting choice.
Don't touch me.
I'm guessing it's out of batteries.
What?
I'm thinking that one's out of batteries. It's been pressed one too many times. Craig, who is your favorite character on
Bingo.
Bluey?
Bingo.
Bingo? I like Muffin. He's just so crazy.
Yeah. He's wearing that selfie.
Yeah. What's that one's name? Snickers.
Yep.
Curious George and the Dinosaur by Margaret and H.A. Ray. Adapted from the Curious George film series. Edited by Margaret Ray and Alan J. Selleck. Jimmy's class was taking a field trip to the museum, and George was going along. "We're glad to have you, George," said Mr. Chauncey, the teacher, "but don't get into trouble." At the museum, Mr. Chauncey began to explain one of the displays. "These rocks are millions of years old." The students weren't listening. "This is boring," said a student. "It sure is," said another. "When is lunchtime?" asked a third. George wandered off. He didn't find the rocks very interesting either. But in the next room, George saw something very interesting. It was a huge skeleton with a long tail. It was too much for George to resist. He stepped over the rope and jumped onto the tail. He climbed down. Then he climbed up. He climbed up and up until he reached the skeleton's head. Just then Mr. Chauncey and the class came into the room. "Look at that dinosaur," said Jimmy. "And look at George," he shouted. "Rat him, George," cried a girl. The guards heard the noise. "Get down from there," ordered one of them. "I'm going to get the director," said the other. George was scared. "Is that how they rode dinosaurs in the old days?" a girl asked Mr. Chauncey. "Well, no," he said. "Tell us more about the dinosaurs," someone said. George was curious. What was a dinosaur? "Well," said Mr. Chauncey, "the earth was once full of huge creatures like this." Suddenly, the director of the museum came charging in. "What's this about a monkey and a dinosaur?" he asked. "Guards, get that monkey down before he caused any damage," he ordered. Poor George. There he was on top of a dinosaur, and no place to hide. "Just a moment," said Mr. Chauncey. "George was a great help to me. He got the children interested in the dinosaurs." "We wouldn't have listened," said a boy. "It's so interesting," said another. "I want to come back again," said a girl. "Well," said the director, I can see that our dinosaur isn't damaged. We'll forgive him this time. You can come down now, George, he called. Shoo. Hooray! The students shouted. Mr. Chauncey said, I have to thank you for making this visit an interesting one, George, but next time, promise not to ride the dinosaur. When the bus stopped in front of George's house, the man in the yellow hat was waiting. I'm glad to see you, George, he said. I hope you kept out of trouble today. The end. Well, so long, folks. Keep on having a great day.